This is my first time being involved in a camp like this.
I honestly didn't know what it was going to be since I've never been camping in my life. So I didn't know what to expect. I mean, especially since we're going to be sleeping in teepees.
Before I got here, I thought I was going to be like a group of like delinquents, a group of like kids that don't really like belong in communities. But you know, I got here and most of them are really cool.
I was kind of excited and also meet new people.
I'm from South LA.
I'm from Fresno
And before this camp, we didn't know each other.
Not at all.
But now we're really good friends.
Yeah.
A lot of our kids are living in communities where they don't have a lot of exposure to nature. And they feel very isolated, they feel kind of like nobody cares.
It's about engaging, empowering, inspiring them, and supporting them to ultimately take the challenge of being a leader in their community around the health issues that are impacting their community.
Many of these kids are affected by a lot of policies that actually want to disconnect them from school, whereas things that you and I would have been kept after school for, you know, nowadays kids are just getting suspended.
It's a place where drugs are trafficking and there's drive-bys and all sorts of stuff, you know. And I live there.
My hometown is pretty, I would say, dangerous. Every corner you turn, there's like either like a fight or drugs being sold or like just handing off of weapons.
There's a lot of alcohol. Like every corner would be like a liquor store, and they would be so much cheaper than water.
We all go through problems, no matter like black, white, yellow, brown. Like we all go through problems.
Why are you acting up all the time? Why don't you know better? You know why? Because this is how society treats young men of color.
They don't want to be put down. They don't want to be put into this niche or category. They want to be treated just like everyone else. And they want their communities to be better. And they want their lives to be better.
Like our first day at camp, when we first arrived, our cabin leaders came and talked to us. This is share some deep emotions that we had.
We did an exercise called Crossing the Line, where we asked several questions, several deep personal questions. All they simply have to do is, if the answer is yes, they cross the line in the floor.
Like for instance, if somebody crossed the line because they were homeless, this is the time where they can explain what happened with them and what was going on and what they were going through.
And at the very end, we open up this huge circle to anybody who wants to share about when they answered a question and why they answered it.
Like we really opened ourselves up, like things that we would never talk about because it was too painful.
My personal things was actually commit suicide, because I used to get bullied a lot.
I had problems trusting people because issues I had with my dad. He neglected me. My dad always told me that I was worthless and I wouldn't accomplish anything and I end up on the streets. But when I got to camp and we expressed ourselves, and they kind of let me notice that it's not my fault. If I could break through that barrier, I would be more successful in my life, do everything that I ever wanted to do, like be a chef or be a football player or be a photographer, just to live out my dream. I'm gonna live my life to the fullest and open up more and get, just follow my dreams, basically.
Wow, man. Wow.
We drew out our ideal community. We had everyone shout it out. And this is what you guys said. This is your collective dream and vision for the future.
If we have motivation and determination and work together, we can have better education and no more police harassment. When people say, no, you can't do it, it's impossible, just prove them wrong. Prove them that you could do it.
Support ready? Ready. Can I trust you?
Yeah. As a lot of our young people were going through the challenge courses, they needed a team.
Yeah, there we go. It was, you know, kind of difficult, but they helped us out, showed us a way how to do it, working as a team, and striving for our goals.
I'm about to fly a couple feet in the air, and my whole team's gonna pull me back.
And I got to break a few of my fears. One of my main fears is heights, so I was very scared, but I pushed it and got as far as I can and made it.
Smile! Smile for the camera!
I'm afraid of my own words. My words reflect my voice. My voice reflects who I am. So in a sense, I am scared of myself. I am afraid of failure. I'm afraid of fears. I want to overcome my voice, but doing so, I can be voiceless. speechless to my own society, never listened to, never heard. If I am not heard, I will not be respected, and with no respect, I cannot change a thing.
They're going to do a board break. On one side, they're going to write, what's holding them back? What is that wall?
The thing that I fear most is not making the most of my life.
Going back to my old ways, not knowing the future, and not pushing myself to the limit.
And then on the other side, they're going to write what outcomes they will get from breaking through those walls.
I can climb the stairway to make it to heaven. I can have a wife, family, make more money, have me a mansion, and have me a rocket car.
All those fears I had, I feel like they're shattered.
I see that common struggle. I see them all coming from a hard place. I see them all wanting more in their lives.
Ultimately, I think that for them, it's really finding that power within.
You can get through it.
What I want is so that these youth can go back to the communities and so that they can take everything that they learned here and bring it back to the communities so that they can teach other youth.
I plan on cleaning up my school first of all.
We go home to our communities after this, and we clean the water up a little bit.
That whole area is in downtown Fresno. I plan on cleaning it up too.
We want to clean the water when we get home.
The camp's changed me in a way that I don't think the same anymore.
This week so far changed my life.
I feel like I'm not alone in this rough edge type of life.
Like a new hope, a new journey, a new man, everything.
Being at camp, it showed me I have a lot of potential to be a leader.
I feel like a sense of brotherhood and togetherness.
Once our young men leave the camp, we're really hoping that they go back with a renewed sense of hope.
Health is really about hope. Health is about opportunity. If people see a future for themselves, they will take better care of themselves.
This generation of young men of color are going to be the future leaders in America who will make decisions that affect the rest of the world.
Once these kids go back to their communities, we're sure one thing's going to happen. They're going to feel like they have more personal power, more ability to get things done, a greater awareness of some of the situations that they're facing.
I know that as the young people leave here today, they know that as they transform their communities, they themselves are transformed. As they transform their communities, they themselves are changed. And they're going to be that lit match that sets a fire ablaze every heart that they meet.
Our team is what? Dynamite! Our team is what? Dynamite! Our team is boom! Dynamite!
Health happens here.
Health happens with boys and men of color.
Health happens when you reach the state of mind where you understand and know what you want to do with your life.
Health happens when kids learn leadership skills and become leaders in their communities.
Health happens here at the Grizzly Creek Ranch at the Boys and Men of Color Camp.